To celebrate their September Stylemaker issue, Better Homes and Gardens held an exclusive blogger workshop and party right here in New York.
And we were lucky enough to host the Stylemaker panel right here in the studio. It was even moderated by our good friend, Nate Berkus.
Love him, and I was happy to be part of it too. I got to meet a lot of lifestyle bloggers and talk about, of course, the new season of The Better Show.
Of course, and Sarah was there. She talked with some of those bloggers and Nate Berkus.
How do you define your personal style? What story does your home tell? Those are just some of the topics of conversation today at the Better Homes and Gardens Stylemaker event, where 75 bloggers, experts, and influencers have all gathered to hear our Stylemaker panel moderated by Nate Berkus, and we are celebrating the September issue with our cover girl, Natalie Morales.
I am the founder of Dean Street Society, and I'm a personal stylist for real people with real budgets.
My blog's called Style and Pepper, and it's really my personal perspective on living a happy, healthy, and flavorful life.
I blog at fieldstoneHillDesign.com, and it's an interiors and style blog.
Hey Nate,
Hi.
Thanks for joining us. I am so interested in how you go about redoing a space of yours.
I've always believed like your home should tell the story of who you are. The opportunity to be sort of the catalyst to bring that on behalf of a client to someone else, I take very seriously. And for me, it's like paralysis, indecision. My husband is like, you've lost your mind, you have the worst taste, you do this for a living. It's kind of like the manicurist with bad nails. In the end, I think our home should be filled with things that matter. And when I look around any of my spaces, I can instantly say, that tray was found on a trip to Peru with One Kings Lane. I remember exactly where we were that afternoon. I remember the potatoes I had for lunch that day. But the goal is to create, in both situations, a room that feels layered and assembled over time.
Kind of feels like you're a shrink slash.
You have to be. I was a sociology major. I mean, I'm like a terrible measurer. I can't paint. I can't put in door hardware myself. I did all these segments on my own talk show about DIY this, DIY. I can't do anything. Like I'm like literally like, how do you tape it out? Like it looks so easy.
My image of you.
I'm sorry. I'm just, you know what? I am not here to lie. Bottom line is, I'm great at pointing and saying that needs to be gray.
So Susan, you described your style in the September issue as classic with a twist. What exactly does that mean?
Also, I like things that have classic elements to them, but I'm not traditional, so I like to take those elements and, you know, I love things that have a little bit of something else going on for them, whether it's color or some sort of a detail.
Well, you did a great job on Natalie Morales' home, speaking of classic with a twist.
Yeah.
So how would you describe the look you created for her?
I think it's definitely has an elegant feel to it, but, you know, it's very livable. Yet, you know, it's a space that looks like it's done and finished. And
if somebody wants to embark on a project like that in their own space, what is the first thing that you think they should do?
Well, you know, what we did with Natalie, which I think is a great way to start, is build your own Pinterest board. So things that you like, you know, start pulling things, looks, colors, textures. Typically what will happen is like a theme or sort of a general idea will emerge from that.
It doesn't have to literally be furniture. You mean it could be
Right.
clothes you like,
Absolutely.
or food, or a
Absolutely.
color.
Absolutely.
Gabi, you have so much amazing creativity in the kitchen, obviously, but how does that translate into your personal space?
Okay, so what's Gabi Cooking? My blog is it's like this California fantasy girl lifestyle that's sometimes healthy and sometimes decadent, and that just carries right over whatever it is, what I'm wearing, what I'm doing with my house. Like it's either yoga pants or heels and a dress, and it's just kind of this whole idea of balance.
And I love, speaking of balance, I love how you said you believe in eating what you want when you want it. So you're not all about depriving
No, we can have like a green goddess salad for lunch and then a slutty brownie for dessert, and it's not a big deal. It's like my dream day.
What is the best meal that you've had recently?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I just got back from Brazil, and there's this like coconut Brazilian fish stew that is incredible, and it was at the most chic hotel in Salvador called Villa Bahia, and I'm obsessed, and I need to go back and move there. I recreated it for my site because it's so good. I eat it all the time.
Can you recreate it
Yeah,
and tell us how to make it?
It's called moqueca, and it's just like palm oil, lots of different kinds of fish, coconut milk. It's so good.
Jen, you live in Nashville.
I do.
How does living there influence your style?
There's this amazing southern hospitality and warmth there. Big open kitchens and great outdoor spaces and really creating that ability to bring everybody together, I think feels very southern.
That's true, and it feels so welcoming. That's what I was thinking about all of your designs. I just want to hang out in all those spaces. So how do you describe your own personal style?
For me, I love to collect things. I love vintage. I love when we travel, kind of finding all of these treasures, and my husband is definitely a bit cleaner, you know, less is more for him. So I think we really balance one another, and you'll see a lot of mix of pattern in our spaces and things that feel unexpected, and I think there's a youthfulness to that, and whimsy is the word that to me really describes it.
We had such a good time, and Better Homes and Gardens editor-in-chief Gail Butler gave the show a really nice introduction and graciously thanked us for letting them use our studio for the event.
Very nice. And to all you lifestyle bloggers out there, thank you so much for highlighting the Better Show. Don't forget, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook.